Tesla may be a car company, but Tesla stock took off like a rocket today. Shares of Tesla, symbol TSLA, were up over 23 points, or just under 7%, after Elon Musk this weekend told the public that he was going to be spending more time super focused on XAI and on Tesla. Now, does that mean that Tesla shares will continue driving higher, or could the rise in Tesla come to a screeching halt? These are the questions we'll address in today's Equity Empire Chart Analysis session. My name is John McHugh. I'm a former Wall Street analyst, hedge fund manager, and independent trader for the better part of 20 years. Today, we're going to be looking for clues in the Tesla chart to see if there are buying opportunities. Now, I want to point out that just over a month ago, I posted on YouTube this video and basically said that there was technical proof that Tesla was bottoming. And since posting this video, in the last 5 weeks or so, Tesla is up about 130 points. Now, what we've done with that 130-point move, if you take the low of the March through late April timeframe, all the way up to the peak from mid-December, and you'll notice that we've retraced about half of that drop. So you could say we're halfway there. Maybe even call this chart formation the Bon Jovi formation. So if we are just halfway there, you could do a couple things. One is you could simply place a market order sometime tomorrow and enter wherever Tesla is trading. You can always place a market order. But professional traders and investors are a little more disciplined than that. In general, always looking for a discount in price, either for a quick bounce trade or for a lower entry price for a longer term position. So what we're going to do here is we're going to look for support levels for, once again, either a bounce trade or a discounted entry price for a longer term position. And there are several support levels to consider. The first support level is right here in the 356 to 351 price range. Okay. There's another support level right here in the 343 to 339 price range. And then there's an additional support level down here in the 336 to 331 price range. So you got 3 support levels. If you would be looking for a pullback, or if you wanted to get in at a cheaper price, that is assuming that Tesla doesn't just continue taking off here without taking a dip, which is possible. But we're going to be a little more disciplined. We're not going to chase price, especially after a 23-point surge today. We're not going to generally chase price. That's a rule of thumb for our trading. So what we're going to do next is we're going to look for a resistance level. And there is a resistance level. We are actually currently in a resistance level. So that level is right here in the 361 to 367 price range. And Tesla is currently chewing through that resistance level. So it's working its way through there, but we are still currently in that resistance level. So it may take some time to get through here, to punch through this level, or ideally we'll get a pullback into one of these support levels. Now, if we can work our way through that level, then it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of technical resistance all the way up to this point right here, which is in the 400 to 405 price range. So if we can break through that, if we can get a pullback into one of these support levels and then break through that level, it's not necessarily clear sailing to 400, but you could actually have a $400 price target for Tesla if we can get an entry point into one of these levels. So our game plan would be this. We would be looking for a pullback, and you could place a buy limit order at the 356 price range, protective stop just below that area there, and generally assume that we're going to work our way through this level, and we can set our target all the way up in front of the next major resistance level. So that trade setup would have a 7.5 to 1 reward to risk ratio. In other words, for every $100 worth of risk you'd take in that trade, you could have a potential reward of $755. Now, ideally, the trade would work out something like this. Ideally, Tesla will take a breather, pull back to our support level, bounce off that level, get back into this resistance and work our way through this resistance before heading higher all the way towards our longer term resistance level. Okay, so that would be the ideal trade, the ideal way the trade would play out. So what we've done here is we've constructed a trade that has a 7.5 to 1 reward to risk ratio, while Tesla is in a pretty powerful uptrend, and Tesla has currently retraced half of the drop from December of last year. So let's wrap up today's session, folks. Hope you enjoyed the session. I'll be back each day this week with more technical analysis. In the meantime, wishing you the best of luck in your trading and investing, and we'll see you soon.